Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch The Last of Us Season 1, Episode 5. I'm glad to be there for a new episode of The Last of Us, even if, I understand now how this show is working. Like, it's really one big episode, one heavy episode with a lot of actions, with a lot of things into it. One episode which is a break, which is lighter, like we can breathe, during these shorter episodes, but during the heavy episodes, it's a lot of things. The last big episode that we had, the episode 3, I cried so much again. I didn't think that for the third episode of a new show, I would cry that much so quickly, and for characters that we didn't know before. So right there, to know that, with the rhythm of this show, with this episode 5, we're gonna have a big episode, a long episode also, I checked that. We're gonna have a long episode, we're gonna have a big one, so I'm expecting a lot of actions. I'm expecting also emotional moments, even more, now that we know, because of how the last episode ended, the episode 4, we know that we're gonna discover these two new characters. Henry? It's Henry, right? With a kid who is named Sam. I think that they are brothers, I don't think that it's the dad and the son, I think that it's two brothers. And again, I'm basing that on the drawings because that kid, he made them, as superheroes, but they looked really like they were equals. When a kid is drawing something about his dad and himself, is making the dad, really bigger and the son, like really a little kid. So that's why for me they are more brothers. So Henry and Sam, we're gonna discover them right there. So I expect, to discover more about the story of this place, how they ended, by destroying Phaedra, killing all of the people from Phaedra, how Henry betrayed them, at least, gave Kathleen's brother to Phaedra. That's what the last episode implied, for what Kathleen, she said when she was questioning that doctor and all of that. So we need information about this place, about what happened with Kathleen's brother, about what happened with Henry. Is he really responsible or not? All of that, all of what is happening right there, they need to discuss about it. I have the impression that during the last episode, they just introduced all of these subjects, but I want them, to really talk about it. The fact that into a dictature, when you want to, to destroy that dictature, you have to be a resistance, to go against them. But after that, by going like that against the ones who collaborated with the government, you're almost doing the same. At least that's what I think. Because if you're going, for them with only the intention to kill them and not to try to understand what happened, to bring them to justice and all, are you really better than the dictator? Do you understand what I mean? Because right there, they're going after the ones who collaborated. But, I'm French. So the collaboration thing, it's really an awful part of our story, and we know it. Like we love the resistance part of our story, and we love, to talk about it, and it was a big part of our story during the World War II and all of that. Still, also, we have that bad part with people who collaborated also with the dictature in place and stuff like that. But sometimes these people that were forced to collaborate, like that was threatening their families, but also sometimes their own lives, stuff like that. So it's not that easy to judge, the ones who collaborated. And for that, French people, they made that mistake when France was liberated, and they went after the ones who collaborated, and a lot of them were killed even without being brought, to justice. And a lot of women, I'm not gonna talk. I'm not gonna make an history class just right there, but it's just to say that after a dictator time, to go after the ones who collaborated with this dictator, it's normal, it's natural. But you have to bring them to justice, you have to understand what happened, you have to understand what they did, really, what they said, how they betrayed you, you know, like the level of betrayal, if you can say it like that, and you have to bring them to justice. But to do justice yourself and to just kill everyone just because you know for sure that they collaborated, and just that you know for sure in time of dictature you can't know for sure, because a lot of times it was also a question of rumors, and just because people were mean and they were just targeting you for no particular reason, if not the fact that maybe one day you spoke badly about them. So see where I'm standing with that. And right now, during the last episode, they talked about it a little, you know, the fact that these people, they were going after the collaborationists, and they were talking also about the fact that they are going after Henry, but they are not sure that Henry really betrayed Kathleen's brother. So I would want, you know, for them during this episode to talk more about this subject, meaning the dictature, what it was, the fact that they chose, you know, to resist together without being an organization like the Fireflies and all. It was really the people who did that, and that's really impressive, and I want to know how it happened and all. That's a great story also to tell. And also I want them to talk about the collaborationists, what they're gonna do with them. Right there for Henry, with his story, I think that they can make a story about what I just said, you know, about this subject. So I hope that this episode is gonna be a little about that. For sure I want to discover more about Henry and Sam. What I'm a little afraid of is the fact that we know that Ellie and Joel, they have a journey, you know, to follow, they have things to do. Joel's brother, Ellie, to take her to the Fireflies. We know about all of that. But I don't think that Henry and Sam are gonna follow them, you know, into that journey. I don't think that you can take them with you. But if you can't take them with you, what? You're gonna let them right there? For sure they're gonna be discovered and they're gonna be killed in just 1 minute. Like, it's really just a question of time, you know, for them to be killed if they are staying right there. To get them out, and after that, what? You're gonna let them like that into the wild, like into the nature? I can't see, you know, a good end for their story, because I can't picture them with Joel and with Ellie, so I really can't imagine a story for them. Like, I have some issues with that. So that's why, you know, I'm really excited to discover this episode, to know if they're gonna talk about the subjects that I mentioned, and for me it would be great, you know, to talk about all of that. For sure I want to discover more about Henry and Sam, and I want to know what's gonna happen to them, because for what I think right now, I can't imagine a good end for them, and that's why also I'm preparing myself, you know, for one big, heavy, emotional episode. Now I know my lesson, you know, after the episode 3, that's it, I know my lesson. I'm not gonna let them surprise me, I mean the writers, and that's why I have a tissue just right there, just in case. Okay, I think that I'm gonna stop this intro right there. Let's go for this episode 5. Again, remember that if you want, you have my Patreon, on which you can have this episode earlier, because I'm watching this episode earlier, you know, the episode 5, because I'm watching it not on Sunday night, not on Monday morning like usually. I'm watching it earlier, like a lot of you, I'm sure of it. Because of that, you're all gonna have this episode on Monday, but on Patreon they're gonna have it sooner, you know, a lot of hours sooner, and with an extended all full reaction part. So far I put only extended reaction part, and I'm saying only because when it's big episodes like that, the 2 times that it was big episodes like that, it was 20 minutes longer, you know, the extended direction part on my Patreon. And for sure it's without the logo on it, but you know that I'm forced to put it like that for YouTube to not get blocked and all of that. So if you want to support me, and if you want all of these advantages, it's on my Patreon, and it's also the best way to support me. I'm a little reactor, you know, just check the number right there on YouTube, I'm a little reactor. So if you want, and if you can support me, it's on my Patreon. let's go for this episode. I'm really impatient to discover what they're gonna do with all of these subjects, to discover more about Henry and Sam, but about what is gonna happen for them, I don't have a good feeling. Again, for those of you who don't know it, I never played to the game. I didn't search for any information to not have any spoilers. So really, each time that I'm beginning a new episode, I can just make theories, you know, I don't know if I'm right or wrong about that, and we saw into the past that I was wrong, you know. Again, the episode 3. Let's go for this one.
Well, I'm not Fedra. Lucky for you. No one here has to die. Yeah, we could put you on trial.
That's what I want.
Time,
No, for the ones who collaborated.
He said he was meeting up with Henry and Sam.
Okay.
He had a place to hole up in the open city in case things went bad.
Hold up. Where?
They're gonna die. No matter what, they're gonna die.
I swear, I told you everything I know.
Of course you have.
You collaborated.
You're a rat. No, we are not really putting them on trial. When you're done, burn the bodies. It's faster.
Are you even sure that they really collaborated? Was it just once? Was it really at multiple occasions? Like, maybe they were threatened, like, ta! Justice. This is not justice. Okay. That place that Kathleen discovered. Episode 1.
20 cans and 6 pounds of jerky for a few bucks. If we stick to the minimum, I think we can make it 11 days. So that's how long we have to figure it out. Too scared. Yeah. Okay, saw a lot. Nothing I can do about
I like all of you, no?
He's scared because you're scared.
You're trying to reassure him. Like also Joel was trying to reassure Ellie in the last episode. You know what I said in the intro? They're not gonna go with Joel and Ellie, you know, on this journey, not together. So it means that something bad is gonna happen, or they can get out, they're gonna go on their own. It's too many if, you know. Like for the episode 3, we're discovering you during this episode and you're gonna die during this episode. That's it! They're gonna do that each time now. Surely. I'm glad that you're not lying. It's rough, but he needs to know. You're making it like a game for him, like he's a real superhero. Yes, I'm thinking about La Vie est Belle in French. That movie creates so much. Joel and Ellie, it's... So you know that they can help, that they are strong.
We don't want to hurt you. We want to help you.
You want them to help you.
I don't know what the next step is with something like this. But if I lower my gun, we didn't hurt you. So you hurt us. That's right.
Let's do that.
It's a weird fucking tone, man.
That's just the way he sounds. He has an asshole voice. Joe, tell me.
Who are you?
The ones that they are searching.
I'm the most wanted man in Kansas City. Although right now, my guess is you're running a close second.
How old is he? Cool. I'm Ellie.
Come on.
I'm Joel. Look, you wait. We didn't kill each other. Let's call this a win-win and move on. We can up here to get a view of the city and plan a way out. When the sun's up, I'll show you one. I've been tortured and murdered people for 20 years. You know what happens when you do that to people? When they get a chance, they do it right back to you. But you're not, Pedro. No. Worse. I'm a collaborator. I don't work with rats. Yeah, you fucking do. I don't know where to go. I don't know how to make it through alive. This just means Sam. You seem capable enough. You're hard and wrong. Never killed anyone. And pointing down with a gun at you is the closest I've ever come to being violent. So that's the deal. I show the way. You clear the way.
Sounds like a good deal.
Haven't heard that in a long time. So how are we getting out?
He's mad like, really is never gonna accept for us to let them behind.
Boom. Kansas City has a subway? No, but they do have maintenance tunnels. It's a great plan. So what do you need me for?
He said it, to clear the way.
You noticed anything strange about the city?
No infected?
Oh, there's infected. Just not on the surface.
Ah,
There's a
the
program underground 15 years ago.
the thing
Come
from
back up.
the last episode.
See? It's empty. The plan is good.
Yes.
We've been down here 2 seconds.
Yes, just wait a little.
That's kind of pessimist.
It's not my dad.
Punch you right forward.
What about... Who did that?
I heard about places like this. People went underground after outbreak days.
What happened to them?
Maybe they didn't follow the rules and they all got infected.
At some point. Oh, it's making me feel so sad.
No way! I love these! Endure. And survive. Endure. Survive. Fuck yeah, man!
No.
Keep it down, we're not out yet.
Oh, you're bonding too much with them, like, they're gonna die, they're gonna die.
There was a man. A great man.
You didn't kill him, but you said stuff
Never selfish.
which made him become.
Sam, he got sick.
To have medications.
There was one drug that worked. And, whoa, big shock. There wasn't much left of it. And it belonged to Fedra. If I wanted some, I was gonna take something big. So I gave him something big. That hungry man.
Kathleen,
The leader of the
brother.
resistance movement in Kansas City.
In exchange of medications for your
Do
brother.
you think they should take it easy on me? Or am I the bad guy? The answer's easy. I am the bad guy because I did a bad guy thing.
You collaborated.
You get it though.
But you know about what I said, it was just
She was
once.
someone's.
It was for that reason.
You tell.
And it's the same for all of them, you know, for all of the ones who collaborated just right there. It's not because we know these ones and they are sweet that it's different. Justice, real justice.
And
We haven't found it.
And if you've come to tell me that Michael wouldn't want me to hurt Henry,
Maybe
that
not.
he would want me to forgive, he told me.
To try to understand at least.
The last time I saw him alive, in jail, he told me to forgive. Where is the justice in that? What is the point of that?
It's big subjects, you know, all of what we are talking about.
And I'm like, I'm gonna ask you a million more times, and he's like,
For me, it's one person, you know, like a guard or something like that.
He's not gonna hit you. Can you get in the house from the back? And I'll take him out.
but if you go out there, he's gonna kill you.
It's dark and he has shit aimed. Nobody's gonna kill
Then
me.
he's gonna kill us.
Trust him.
You trust me?